The Royal Rumble is 6 weeks away, and the reason we're doing this early is because that way we can get rid of the Royal Rumble predictions whenever people enter themselves into the Rumble, I guess. But another reason is we had a big return last night on Raw. We had the return of the WWE Undisputed Champion, Brock Lesnar. And it was shocking. I didn't expect it. I don't think anyone expected it, honestly. Unless they announced it and I guess it didn't happen. But the only one I was expected for was the one before the Rumble. Because they've been advertising it for the past few weeks, and it is in Dallas. So, which a lot of people actually will do for events coming near your town or whatever. But that was something that shocked me. It's like Brock Lesnar's going to be in the Rumble. It's kind of cool. But, with always, which is weird because normally we do these a week or two before the pay-per-view, but with the Rumble it's different because people will be entering themselves in throughout the 6 weeks here. Probably they'll enter themselves on SmackDown as well tonight, so we'll see what happens. But as always, your little pay-per-view things here. I think this is the first Rumble on the network, so they have the design they've had throughout since the network's inception. They've had your little matches, videos, photos, how to get your tickets, and of course the network is $9.99 and order now on that tab. So let's go with the matches first off. If will it show the Rumble, or do they have a section for the actual Rumble? I guess we'll see. No, the Rumble's an actual tab on here. That's cool. But last night, actually, Table Night's on the TLC or TLCS, I guess, Table Ladder Chairs and Stairs. We had John Cena beat Seth Rollins in the tables match, which was actually a pretty good match. I mean, they did the whole double ref spot of both people going for the table and both refs raise the hand, and of course Mike Chioda reverses the decision and makes the match continue because they couldn't conclude who actually won the match, and of course John Cena won. Lol. But we have the John Cena Brock Lesnar match for they says the final battle. So hopefully this is the last time these two go against each other. But on Raw, we had Brock Lesnar return. At first, he came out without the belt. I'm like, why didn't he have the belt? He's the world champion. He had Chris Jericho, who hosted that night's Raw. But we had Jericho. Originally supposed to be Paul Heyman and Chris Jericho in a match on Raw. And Brock Lesnar came out, which was very shocking. I did not expect that. I expected to actually see a Heyman Jericho match, which I should know better, but he's all dressed up, so it's possible that match could have happened. But we had Brock Lesnar come out, and Brock Lesnar fucking just wrecked everything. Just fucking F5 Jericho out of nowhere, like blocked the codebreaker, and we had Brock Lesnar just destroy people. And then we had the steel cage match between Cena and Rollins. And Brock Lesnar came out again and destroyed Cena, and I guess there's some new alliance between Rollins, Heyman, and Lesnar, which is interesting. But at least in this match, since John Cena has had number one contendership for a long time now, and he's finally using it at the Rumble, which is good, because we do not need to see Cena Lesnar at WrestleMania. I just don't want to see it at WrestleMania. It makes no sense to me. Even though, okay, you have your two big names that'll make a lot of money on the draw, but why not have it now at the Rumble? It makes sense that way. Whoever wins the championship will face whoever wins at the Rumble, and personally, I would want to see Brock Lesnar retain the belt because people are saying we'll have a Rollins-Lesnar thing. I kind of want to see that direction. I want to see that happen just because I want to see what happens. But Lesnar, I think this is not counting Night of Champions, since that was a rematch. This is Brock Lesnar's official first defense of the title since holding it since SummerSlam and then Night of Champions. But I don't want to see Cena have that 16th reign. I just don't. It'll happen eventually, but I just don't want it to happen now. Maybe later on when he fucking retires. I don't want him to pass Ric Flair's thing. That's a personal thing for me. I don't want it to happen. I would rather want anyone but Cena to have that. So with that being said, Brock Lesnar fucking retains the belt. And then we have the Rumble match. And I think Roman Reigns is the only person that has done it, but I just want to make sure because people probably done it on SmackDown. And if not, we can always go back and do that. But with the Rumble match, basically 30 man, 30, 40, whoever. I don't know. Have they decided to have 30 or 40 men on here? I guess we'll find out as the weeks go along. But with that, I mean, the Rumble matches in general. I guess the only person in here is the man who is supposed to be kept strong, Roman Reigns. And they're gonna do the Rumble picks. I mean, it's early, but I'm just gonna think who I feel will win the Rumble, or who, if they're gonna, just gonna base a pick on if they deserve to win the Rumble or not, or if I think they will. Roman Reigns, it's probably a done deal because Roman Reigns should have won last year, personally. So if Batista's not in the match, it makes sense to have Roman Reigns win the Rumble. That way you can set up the actual Mania match, Lesnar and Reigns, if you wanted to. But I mean, they're grooming this got to be the next big guy in the company, the next cash cow a little bit. But if that's going to happen, we need to have Roman Reigns look strong. And if he's going to look strong, you have to make him win the Rumble. But with that being said, anything can happen between the next 6 weeks. This is just an actual introduction to this whole thing, because as we go along, there'll be more picks, more matches to go through, and it'll be a lot easier to do these things.